Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there, welcome back.
Welcome back, guys. So we just did this Patreon exclusive, holding light and love and hope, but not going to fall for the BS again.
Don't do it, it's a trick.
Relax, don't do it.
Yeah, let's sing a song. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Oh, the 80s were a lot simpler times. Okay, this is a fun one, guys. Aliens created us, and they won't communicate with us until we learn to speak to ants and stop our violent ways. Kirsan Illuminzanov, a former president of the Russian Republic of Kalmykia, he says he met with several world leaders who confirmed the existence of extraterrestrials after his own abduction in 1997. Yeah, this is a fun one. Let's see if we could listen a little bit here.
They looked at me and said, "It's still early. You have not yet reached the level in your civilization's development to communicate with us." I said, "How come? We have television, the internet, spacecrafts." They asked, "Do you converse with ants?" I say, "No, well, we haven't learned to talk to ants yet. We live in different dimensions. Your only achievement in civilization is that we created you, the intelligent beings here. Not only humans, but everything that surrounds us, like animals, everything living around us, also has intelligence. The same goes for cats, dogs, cows, and so on. Your only civilizational leap is that before you used to eat them raw, and now you kill and cook them, and eat them in restaurants by candlelight. That is your level of development. Every creature that lives in the universe must go through certain stages, and you still destroy each other. We kind of created you here. Gave you a beautiful land, rivers, lakes, seas, and you pollute it with industrial waste, burn, cut down these forests. Right now, there are over 117 armed conflicts happening around the world. You are so beautiful. You have 2 arms, 2 legs, a head on your shoulders. Yet you direct all your science and efforts towards inventing weapons to kill each other as much as possible. Whether it's bacterial, chemical weapons, atomic weapons, or neutron weapons, you are always coming up with ways to kill more people. I recall the words of Nobel Prize winner Albert Einstein when he was asked, "What will the Third World War be like? What weapons will be used?" He said, "I don't know about the Third World War, but I know what people will use in the Fourth World War. Sticks and clubs, like our ancestors." And so, that's where our discussion ended, about whether to connect to television or not. On the other hand, they said they didn't want to disrupt the course of our civilization. You are currently at an embryonic level still. You have a scientist, Charles Darwin. He said that everything evolves evolutionarily. First, living beings were in the water. Then they came out of it. Then there was a monkey. And so humans evolved from monkeys. On the other hand, there are various religious teachings. You have books, like the Bible in Christianity, and others, like Islam, Buddhism, Judaism, and others, that talks about something else. So just imagine, if we say on television now, that we have been here for a long time, millennia, millions of years, watching, and not only us, but others too.
Many others. That's the important thing to realize. You're not talking about just one group of ultra-terrestrials. There are many.
There's so many. There's several, and what I look at is how we are as beings, people, and how accepting are we of each other? How accepting are we of one another's understanding? How respectful are we of others' belief systems? And for the most part, we're not really. We're kind of still stuck in a rut overall, not speaking, just, my observation. I try to be as accepting as I can. And as long as no one is hurting anyone else, I think, if something grounds you and it stabilizes you and it keeps you in a good place, then do that. That's important.
Yeah, so going on, he says all these ancient texts didn't appear out of nowhere. The Vedas, the Quran, the Bible, the Talmud. When you look at old irrigation systems, the whole water supply, the melioration work in Egypt, the buildings in Peru or Lebanon, etc. Things no computer today could really calculate. They built with such precision. Pillar in the center of Delhi in India is 99.9% pure iron. Again, we can't really recreate even some of these. So what's the answer? Is that there's been other civilizations before us. There have been other forms of humans before us. Not all Homo sapiens. So, again, we are just the latest. But the part that his conversation there with whatever ET group that was didn't make mention was the competing agendas of different groups of ultra-terrestrials.
Yeah, that was just one, and that's what they had to say to one person. But there's several, and there are several different perspectives coming out too. A lot of different things, a lot of different personalities, a lot of information coming out. And I just got to say, there's so many people, and just especially EEARTS family members that we are close to. A lot of people are going through big change. Sometimes some of it's good, some of it's not. But I think right now the idea should be just be there for each other.
Yeah. Now, this is just perhaps an AI visualization of a fleet of drones going off to battle. But, one of the first visions I ever had was given to me by the guides back in around 83, 84. And what I saw was something very similar to this everywhere in the sky. Now, I've asked the guides about this before, and Cindy got what I was getting was not necessarily the future, but the past. Like in a different lifetime, I looked up when I was embodied in a different life and saw that there were so many ships, there was nowhere you could run or hide. And this is part of our ancient past when we were taken over by the group that has been in charge of our control system. Again, the world's leaders, they're just puppets for the most part. They're allowed to work within a certain series of constraints. They make some decisions as long as it doesn't conflict with the bigger scenarios that they're given again. So, we know that, that supposed alien invasion project, Blue Beam, this whole type of thing. And we've also heard about there be asteroids coming in, and that all these things are constructs. But all these things are also really things that we've gone through in our past.
In our past, it's in our DNA. So when we watch movies and or we look at something and something really piques our interest, that's your DNA speaking. That's something inside of you saying, remember me, look at me, let's check this out, let's go deeper. So definitely listen to those voices.
So this is a picture of him with Muammar Gaddafi, which again, the West, he was pictured to be like this horrible, brutal dictator, again, by those that were underneath the Rothschild and Rockefeller banking system, which, by the way, he wasn't part of at that point in time. And of course, we know what happened with Gaddafi in Libya. But you see, they were friends, and they played some chess. And this article is from 2011, talking about his alien abduction experience, and also labels him as a Buddhist and a chess fanatic, by the way. It's the challenge for everybody to unravel the mysteries of the history of the earth. And please do share your thoughts and your feelings. We want to hear what you guys think. What's going on? What do you see happening? What are your feelings and experiences? Have you ever had an alien abduction yourself? Please do if you feel that you want to share it, because it does take some bravery to share. Have you ever had some sort of contact? Because it doesn't have to be an abduction. It could be very, very friendly. Again, Cindy and I both have had numerous, as have our kids. Some of our kids have had the same thing, and this goes on not just through bloodlines, but it is something that you'll see more in certain bloodlines than others. But also, again, it's part of humanity's heritage because, yeah, absolutely, life was seeded here on Earth. And then there was a reseeding of Homo sapiens sapiens after other humanoid beings that were here earlier weren't here anymore because they went the way of the dinosaurs or the dragons.
Indeed.
As always, guys, much love, source bless, and namaste.
Namaste.